Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, it is Wednesday, March 18th. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a week since I've done a review of the tickers. Tonight I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I removed a handful of tickers and I'm adding 2 oil tickers because this is kind of the hype play that the news has been talking about over the past week. So let's get started with triple Qs. You'll see here that I'll cover Microsoft, GDX, which is the gold miners play, Bitcoin, 2 financial trades, American Express and LGEN. I took out the Bank of America one, and instead of doing 3 defense stocks, I removed Raytheon as well as removed Lockheed Martin. And then here are the 2 oil plays to talk about. Okay, so triple Qs to kick things off. All right, what you can see here, my general direction remains to the downside for triple Qs. You can see that the price action has been moving pretty much sideways over the past 3 weeks. And my prediction from last Tuesday, which was right here, this indecision candle, I drew this here basically to tell everybody it is still a downward move for all of the tech sectors. Okay, no change in my hypothesis. Going to a specific one, Microsoft, same scenario. This bullishness here, right into resistance as I predicted, and then price continues to move downward. So there really is no change to my Microsoft prediction. It is to the downside. There is support down here at around 350. So if you're long Microsoft, as I've been talking about for a while, take your profits while you can, because right now it's fairly low prices for Microsoft. Over to the gold play. You can see the double top here, how I informed everybody that the next move would be to the downside, and indeed it's continuing to play out that way. There's no change. So my prediction stays as it is. There is a gap here. Let's just annotate it to be consistent. There's a gap here where price may want to fill it, okay? So what they might do from a, from a market maker standpoint, they might want to push price up, have it bounce around underneath this upper part of the gap before selling it down further. So overall, the direction remains to the downside. I mean, you can see all my arrows here. It's to the downside. Going to the Bitcoin index here, overall direction remains unchanged from a prediction standpoint. You can see all these areas of resistance over here, and then price attempted to bust through it, which it did, and then it's failed again. Overall, price is going to come back down. I really do think it's going to come down to this 58 zone, okay? And this is a prediction I made back in November. You can watch that video. Over to the American Express play, same thing. Overall direction, my prediction has been there for a while, to the downside. And you can see that price has been doing that. It's just been doing waves, okay? And this is just the next wave. Now, you might want to ask, is the momentum changing? And I'm going to zoom in for us here on the RSI. And I'm looking at this spot right here. Okay, this is March the 6th, which is this indecision candle. Okay, March the 6th, which is this indecision candle. Notice how it's higher. I'll just kind of circle it here. It's right there. Actually, that doesn't annotate well. It's right there. And then here's the low here today. And there is a difference in the RSI. RSI is upward, whereas the price action is downward. So because of that, excuse me, I meant to make this green, there is some bullishness here that's appearing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, for the sake of consistency, I'm going to put a whale emoji right here. Excuse me. Put the whale emoji, wrong spot. Put it up here. Okay, so there is some bullishness there. And let me switch these colors, make it green, so that we're kind of being consistent with our messaging. So those are green. The price is downward here, okay, moving downward. The RSI shows bullishness. And does that mean momentum is going to change right away? It isn't. What it's going to mean is price will continue to come down and find support. And when it finds support, likely another whale will be added here with further bullishness appearing down here in the RSI, in which case I might say, you know what, this might be an opportunity to go long with financials and American Express in particular. So that's something to watch, okay? So from where we are today to this zone of support down here, so let's just annotate this from here to here, that's about 6% move. So not much further to go. They may even poke it underneath a little bit, only to reclaim support here at 278. All right, so that is American Express. For the near term, for the low prices, and we'll watch to see if there's an opportunity to go long. But, you know, the predictions down to this line are playing out. Let's look at LGEN. There's a British insurance company. The overall direction remains to the downside. What you can see is price is just rebounding into the gap fill, and it will pose resistance in here. This will be a resistance. So what will happen is price will come up, hit this, and get rejected, and then further low prices. Okay? I'll just kind of annotate it. There you go. No change overall for LGEN. Over to Northrop. This is one of the 3 defense contracting stocks that I had up on the weekly review. Actually, I also removed Palantir. So Palantir, Northrop, Lockheed, Raytheon, they're all defense plays. I removed 3 of them. So Northrop's the only one here left. You can see my prediction was price will bounce around above this trend line, which it has been. There is no change in direction. It is further low prices. Take your profits, people. Okay, if you were up here, you're really lucky. Take your profits because there's a lot of downward pressure. Okay, a lot of downward pressure. Big magnet down here. Okay, and then these purple trend lines, I mean, they're there for a reason. Price may even come back all the way down to those zones. A lot of bearishness here. Okay, take your profits. Onto the 2 oil plays. They're not long plays. At the moment, they're all setting up for shorts because the sharks have told one another, have informed one another to get out. I'm going to zoom out to the weekly chart. Let's look at the weekly real quick before we talk about the actual play. I want you to look carefully at some of these trend lines that I've drawn, okay? One is this purple one here, which goes all the way back to 2007, okay? Price has consistently been rejected off of this purple trend line. You can see it, okay? And then there's a zone where price has attempted many attempts to push through, which is from the 2002 to 2004 timeframe. And it finally pushed through here early this year, and it's successfully stayed above it. Now, the other trend line I want you to look at is this black one here, where you can see on the weekly chart here, where this trend line is also resistance all through here, and then now price From a weekly standpoint, you can see it right here, getting rejected the first time on this date, which is early March, 2 March, and then price attempting to come back through and push through it again. You can see today, or this week's price action, it's getting rejected. Let's look at the daily. From a daily standpoint, this is how it looks. Okay, price is getting rejected. But you know that I often look at RSI as well to look at momentum. And the momentum has changed to the downside. So right now, I am letting you all know that the overall direction for Exxon Mobil, which is a oil company, is to the downside. So I would take a short myself. The market's closed right now, so you can't take a short after hours. But I'm going to wait tomorrow, look for an opportunity to go short, to join the sharks. Remember, on this channel, we follow the momentum of the biggest players, the sharks and the whales. Right now, the sharks have told one another to get out. Excuse me, my shoulder's kind of tight here. To get out, so I'm going to join them because that's the play. That's the best risk reward at the moment is to join them for the short. Okay. Price may poke its head through here for a little bit tomorrow and for the next couple of days. I'm not being ignorant to that, but the general move is to the downside. I'll even make this thicker. Okay. The general move and direction is to the downside. Don't get fooled up here. Don't get fooled. Okay. If they push through, I'll use this other emoji to show you. This one is the fishing one. They might bait you. Okay, there may be a bait news coming out tomorrow. Okay, where they're going to push price up. Okay, so I'm going to write it here. Oops. I'm going to say bait. Okay, they might. Excuse me. I'm going to make it a different color because that annoys me. What's that? Let's make it 8 and make it here red. Okay. Don't get baited. I'm telling you now. They're going to send some news out tomorrow, get you all excited that oil is the play right now. Whatever Gulf of Hormuz, whatever's happening in the global arena, political arena, social, economic arena, political arena, they're going to say something to bait folks to buy so that they can have liquidity to sell. So that's all they want to do. They want to sell. It's time for them to sell. They're going to take their profits. Okay. They're going to sell all the way down to the support line down here. So I don't know. Who knows how long that'll take? That might take a couple months for it to get down there, but that'll be a 24% move. Okay. All right. So that is Exxon Mobil, a individual stock. Let's look at XOP. XOP is a ETF, much like QQQ is an ETF or any of the big funds. This one is a oil and gas production ETF. That's fine. Same setup. I'm going to zoom out for us real quick. Look at the weekly. Okay, here's the weekly. I want us to look at this trend line, which I'm going to make it dark. Okay. So I've annotated it here as you can see the price behavior along this black line, okay? Along this black line from a weekly standpoint. And you can see it. This is resistance, finally busted through. This is a fighting zone, more support here, a little bit of a fighting zone. When it finally sold down, came back, resistance here, resistance, resistance, resistance here. It's a legit line, okay? And price is now right back at it, okay? There's history here. So history, let's look at the daily. History says price will behave a certain way. Now, looking at the daily here, I don't see any bearishness. Okay, so I'll grant you that there's no bearishness, but I'm gonna bet you that they're gonna push price up. It's gonna bounce around up here. A lot of happy news. Okay, this is gonna be a fighting zone. It's gonna fight here, but what's gonna happen is as price comes up above it, they are going to create divergence down here. There will be some bearish divergence down here. Okay, that's my prediction. And with that, the price action that's up here, which will bait, they're going to send news out to bait you into it. It's going to give them the liquidity for them to get out. And when they get out, it'll be for the low prices down here. Okay. So from where this is to down here, it's about a 20% move, which is here, let's just kind of draw the 200-day. There's the 200-day. Okay. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to bait it and then sell it down. So I've already told you that that's the general move. This is not a place for you to go long because you're above a line of resistance. This trend line has been there for a long time. I just went through that analysis on the weekly chart to show you. So right now, this is really a zone of, my suggestion is to be careful. Okay, they're gonna bait. I'll put it up here. They're gonna bait you. You're gonna get excited. You're gonna buy in, and then, don't come crying to me because I told you so. Okay. So those are the tickers for this week. 2 new ones for you to enjoy. The oil play. It really is to the short side, the downside. Don't go long. The XOM Mobil one is the better setup because it's an individual stock that is in resistance here. Talked about the bait here. But if you want to do the index, don't get stuck up here above this trend line because it's not the moment to go long. If you liked tonight's video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know. Put a comment or two about what else you want to see. Give me a ticker, or if you want me to talk more about the news, let me know. And then share my material with your friends and family. And as always, good luck with your trades.